Hello, hi. This is all very exciting for me. I've never done anything like this before. I'm so glad. I have written so many things about quadrants. And then when I had the idea at the end of the last SAHCon, I'm like, I should apply for a panel, and I got in. I was very excited. I can't tell you how often I refreshed my emails waiting for it to come through. Yes, Jade's theme is my favorite in PestaQuest, and my second is the little remaster of Unite Synchronization. The Unite Synchronization is I have a bias. I'll share a fun fact for all of the early viewers. I have yet to finish Homestuck, so I'm not always super familiar with all the music in it. It's Look, I've been trying to read Homestuck since I was 14. I'm now 22. I'm very dyslexic. And there's a lot of really long words in it. So maybe Hussey should get his Therosaurus and then stop using it. Put that shit right in the trash. I thank you so much for saying that I can be into Homestuck without reading Homestuck. Does that apply to other fandoms? Because I have a terrible habit of doing that. There's at least 4, including Homestuck, where I never consumed the source and just spent years hanging out in the fandom. Meow. Oh yes, always read the intermission. I have read the intermission several times. I love the Felt and I love the Midnight Crew. Those are my little guys. Alright, so we've officially hit 1 AM my time, which means the panel is due to start. Goodbye, Unite Synchronization. Hello, and welcome to my panel, explaining quadrants through a queer lens. The GIFs aren't animating, one sec. There we go. My name is Lolly Ray, or Lolly or Ray. Pronouns are ne, nem, ner, she, her, he, hers, he, him, his. Numbers are included in the spelling, not a typing quirk. My Tumblr is lollipops-rocks. I also am a mod on a blog called Your Faves a Quadrant, which does edits with various quadrant flags. So we both have relationship flags, so you can be like, put the meow rails on our more allegiance flag. Or there's also quadrant sexualities. The flags are designed by people who aren't either admin or myself in the blog, or the credits on the blog. If you want to go there after this panel and spam it full of requests, I would love that. I can Dirkstrider, Mulalon, and Matuna Captor, so let that say what it will about my personality. Thank you, I made that this week for my talk sprite. And also in chat, if he will say hi as my Kismesis. He's just there in case there's some random trolls who decide to come in. Just to catch those. I doubt, but just in case. So, just to start off, I will be covering some quick ground rules. Of course, there's obviously following the rules of SAHCon, but in addition, just because there is tension around shipping these days, we won't be doing any discussion of fan poll, or anti-ship, or pro-ship arguments, panels for everyone. I want to keep things friendly and lighthearted, be considerate of others, and avoid ships that fall under common squicks. But in the end, remember, it's all fiction, possibly with the exception of me talking about my own experience with Quadrants IRL. Finally, questions and comments are highly encouraged and very welcome. I want this panel to be interactive, and I will be doing my best to keep an eye on chat. Also, I don't have heaps of experience streaming, so I may miss a couple messages. No random trolls. No, all Homestuck trolls are welcome. My apologies. I did not mean to discriminate against my fellow trolls. So, to start off with, I will be establishing the definitions we'll be using for each quadrant, and for the purpose of this panel, as there are various forms in people's interpretations, and they definitely vary from canon. I think canon got it very wrong. To start off, we will be doing matesprit ship. Matesprit ship is described as being the closest to human romance. Most speculate that matesprit ship varies from human romance and its simplified approach to immediate pleasure and enjoyment. Your matesprit is typically someone you enjoy spending time with, admire the qualities of, and is generally about having a good time with someone you love. They admire you for the qualities you already have and are likely to overlook or ignore your flaws, or just straight up find them charming. Solix is also one of my beloved trolls. He is the bestie. He never did anything wrong ever. So, to cover a few examples to try and distinguish the difference between human romance and matesprit ship, I will be defining human romance on a different slide, a little few pages down. I think a really good example, a relationship that could be considered matesprit ship versus human romance is definitely Kanaya and Rose. But specifically in regards to Kanaya's previous history with her pale quadrant, I think she would make a lot of effort to try and distinguish her relationship into Flush specifically. Oh my god, yes, Bigenter Solix Hisui Swag is real and true. I know, he told me himself. Twilight jump scare. Yes, I love Hishi. More characters need to use he, she pronouns, and the captors, all three of them do. No one can stop me. I have not seen all of Twilight, but I figured I'd throw them in there. The other example I'll point out here I have too is Rose and Greg. Particularly the way Rose talked down to Greg. For her, it's about the fun and joy of being someone. There's no examples of active self-improvement. Greg is generally enamored with Rose in the way that she's like, ooh, big pretty woman. Whenever he stands up when he stands up against Rose for her condescending behavior, it's just to repair their relationship. It's not about improving Rose. So this idea of a very distinctly flush relationship, if that makes sense. Big women are pretty good. Oh, LJ Lemon Snout, you will be very excited to see the example slide then. Next, we have Kismatude. A Kismesis is a rival. They're someone you respect, admire, envy, frustrate, and compete against. Respecting and admiring your Kismesis' skills, resolve, and abilities is the most important part of a healthy Kismatude. You should see them as an equal, but feelings of frustration should inspire drive to improve your Kismesis, and in turn improving yourself. It's okay, I promise. Kit's great. Kit is great? Oh, that would make sense. It's there. It's gonna be there. I think a really good example of an unhealthy Kismatude would actually be Vriska and Tavros during Act 5. It's clear that Vriska does want to improve Tavros and push him to greatness, but also that she doesn't respect Tavros' existing skills. She doesn't treat him as an equal, but instead thinks he's someone she needs to force to become better so they can be equal, so they can be together. This, of course, hurts both of them, and the fallout effects hurts all the people around them. It's a very great example of a lack of respect creating a very bad Kismatude. It doesn't help that they also couldn't pick flush or pitch and weren't having a healthy vacillation going either. So it's a combination of factors, but I think that's a very good example of how you can get an unhealthy Kismatude. Yeah, that's correct, Tiger Lily. That's the most essential part of Kismatudes. It's self-improvement and improvement of the other. If you don't have that, and if that drive to grow as people, then you're not going to really get anything from the relationship. Then it's just kind of just being grumpy with someone. So, examples, as some people already mentioned, yes, we have Light on here, and we also do have Sonic and Shadow, and Sasuke and Naruto. And yes, Clout Chase Jump Scare. I still haven't played the first chapter, but I love Social Stuck. Yes, Lego Batman. I think Lego Batman is actually one of the best examples of a pitch rom-com ever. The scene with the Batman and Joker arguing about being rivals just reads as this beautiful comedic pitch confession that doesn't go right because Batman is being emotionally constipated. I think that the blind hatred idios is such a bad faith interpretation of how that could work. I've never played the Phoenix Wrights games. That one was a suggestion given to me by many people. Also, fun fact, while I was trying to find stuff to fill the page with, Tigora and Gallic are in, canon limbo. They both express attraction to each other, but yet it's not established if they're dating or not. So it's currently in, mutual crush territory. Oh yeah, there's always been homoerotic tension between Joker and Batman, but the Lego Batman movie specifically reads like a pitch rom-com. It's great. Also, I haven't watched a lot of Naruto yet, but their obsession with each other is like the longest will they won't they pitch relationship ever. The two of them can't leave each other alone but always need to be better than the other, and they're so normal about each other. I'm lying, they're not normal about each other. Yeah, as far as I know about Death Note, which is very little, I think they are an example of an unhealthy kismitude. Alright, moving on to the next slide, so feel free to keep talking about your favorite pitch ships. We are going to start talking about more allegiance. The central feeling to more allegiance is the desire to care for someone's physical and emotional well-being. It can be simplified to stopping someone killing anyone or themselves in the context of attorney anxiety, which is a little more violent and murdery. Morale's a calming and supportive presence, while also being someone who will encourage you and provide you the tools to better yourself, even when you don't necessarily want to. Morale is often considered to be the sweeter version of kismitude in this regard. Oh my god, Jefferson and Hamilton Christmases. I have so much respect for you and your middle school self. I just saw that one as it went out screen for me. Oh. More Allegiance also has its own unique romantic activities and gestures associated with. Feeling gems are when a Morales sit together and talk out their feelings and things troubling them, while also comforting each other. This is normally done as what is called a pile, which is often a pile of sentimental and comforting items. Papping, or shush papping, is considered the pale equivalent of kissing in a way, though I don't think... did I just see Obama Biden shipping in my chat? Hey guys, do you remember in 2015 when Tumblr joked, oh, what if Joe Biden became president and Obama was his vice president? So that we could get another 8 years of Biden and Obama? Hey, remember when Tumblr made that joke in 2015? Yes, okay. Is everyone going to start talking about their presidentships now in chat? Is that what we're it's evolving into? Oh god, thank you. To finish my sentence about shush papping, yes, kissing shouldn't be limited to one quadrant. I think it can be done in all 4 quadrants. Papping typically involves patting someone on the face to calm them. Often the papper will say shush alongside the patting, hence the term shush patting. JFK pitch gun. Great job! Good job, chat. We did it. We broke quadrants down into their bare essentials. Everyone pack it in, panel over. We don't need to keep going. Alright, anyways, other examples of pale ships outside of Joe and O'Biden. Unironically, Shrek and Donkey are a brilliant example of more allegiance. The scene where the two of them are laying on the ground and looking at the night sky and talking about the stars and the moon, that's just a feelings jam. That's just straight up a feelings jam, guys. They're literally so cute. I dare you to go back, watch Shrek, and think about Shrek and Donkey being Morales the entire time you watch it. It will change your life. Also, I have Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope on here because this is one of the most popular posts on my edit blog. I don't know what happened and why all of y'all decided to reblog Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J, my joke post that I was expecting to get 7 notes like most of my edits. Why did you do that? I've never seen, I don't know, I don't even remember, is Disco Asylum a gay, maybe, show book? I don't know. So I can't verify that, but I'm sure some of you will. I also have never seen Soul Eater. That is a request that I've had both on the blog and was suggested to me by several different servers when I was doing some research for good examples to have. CP Morale's real and true. Apparently everyone thinks so. I don't know why it's so popular. Shout out to that person's mom. Kinetic, your mom is awesome. My mom is currently in a hotel because she did not want to be in the house while I was holding a panel at 1 a.m. because I am Australian. Alright. Next slide. Auspicism. It is certainly the most underexplored quadrant, both in canon and in fanon. It typically involves 3 people, with one person stabilizing the other 2 people's relationship. As far as I know, it doesn't have a unique word used in place of love, like we have pity for more allegiance or hate for kismitude. Canonically speaking, an allspice is a third party to a pitch relationship. But I think this is an arbitrary restriction, and a bad one. You can have an allspice for any quadrant, or even human romance, need be. Why limit it to just pitch? Poison, I would love to hear why auspicism is your favorite. I don't have a lot of auspicism's opinions. I too do not have a lot to explore about it. Hey, Cuverus, good news. They're on the next slide. The middle leaf's job is to mediate between other parties and provide balance. They may also be an assistant to your relationship, helping you with various aspects of it. For example, person A and person B are kisses. Person C is their allspice. Person A wants to cook a really fancy dinner to impress person B, so they'll call C and ask for help for prepping the food, tips on cooking, what to wear, so they can impress their kisses. Ass's job is not only to stop the couple from harming each other, but also the person harming themselves. So if someone is overworking themselves, pushing themselves too much to improve against their pitch or in any other quadrant, their Ash is there to help them step away and take a break. But they also are there to push their partners to compete and add fuel to a fire in an argument. If something's sparking in the group chat and the Ash sees the 2 about to start a fight, they might just drop one little message that will set off the argument. Middle leafs, though, can easily burn themselves out. It's a lot of give and not a lot of take. So it's important to be attentive to your allspice and show a lot of appreciation to them. So, examples! As someone mentioned earlier, yes, I do have Roxanne, Megamind, and Metro Man on here. The Three Stooges was suggested to me by someone. The iCarly example is in here. I know back in the day it was often used to explain them. I have not seen iCarly since I was like 8. But I was struggling to find Ash ships from popular media, so iCarly was put on there. Erin, Kanaya, and Vriska are canonically auspicities. So that's on there too. But as I was going to say, the Three Stooges are an example of a non-middle leaf structure auspicism, or at least a rapidly vacillating Ash relationship, with one person constantly keeping the other 2 out of trouble. Yes, thank you. That was the other one I was going to bring up. I don't know how many people in chat have played South Park Fractured Butthole or watched someone play it, but specifically the quest where you get Craig and Tweak back together is an absolutely great example of auspicism. The new kid featured here is actually Weed God, which is Ray Navaz Jr.'s character that he made. It was originally his Stardew Valley OC. Now we need to figure out which president is the allspice. Well, I guess, like, who's Joe Biden's vice president? I forget her name. I'm not American. She can allspice Joe and Trump if you're gonna do it pitch that ways. Yeah, I'm currently in my really bad South Park phase, so I had to include them. Though, Bunny will be, OTP. Actually, hang on. Speaking of Bunny, concepts for your enjoyment is Margarine and Princess Kenny as Morales, Professor Chaos and Mysterion as Pitch, and then Butters and Kenny as Mate Spritz. Nice little triangle going for them. Obama or spicing for Joe and Trump. Now that's a suggestion. We have to stop shopping the presidential administration. No, keep shipping the presidents. It's funny. Alright, and... come on. Give me a sec. There we go. Just quickly, we are going to give a little quick definition to human romance, as I am trying to distinguish it as being separate from mate split ship. Human romance is compared often to the flush quadrant, but I don't think it's a one-for-one match. I think traditional/conventional human romance can be defined as a mix between pale and flush. It's usually made up of, and that this is normal society standard, not how things have to be, of an exclusive monogamous long-term partnership, and is often expected to be cupidicent. Is that how that's pronounced? I meant to check and then I never did. /sexual, alongside romantic. They will share a home, financial responsibilities, and typically are expected to have children and raise them together. While this is the most widespread standard of romance within my culture and similar ones to mine like America and Britain, it is certainly not the only way to do or experience romance. Human romance is as diverse as humans are, from asexuality/non-sexual relationships, polyamory, couples who choose not to have children, a whole list of variations. Human romance is a diverse term that needs to encompass a large variety of experiences, as humans only have one word versus the 4 trolls use. Peach is the allspice for Bowser and Mario, I'm guessing? Honestly, you could do a really awesome... yes, accessible. I have a bit of a slur, so... S's can be a trouble sometimes. Yes. Mario's the allspice for Bowser and Peach. Interesting. I always... slurs. No, it's okay. I'm not offended. I love it. It's part of the reason Matuna's on the list. Oh yes, definitely dip into the Caprication niche ships. I love that. I was saying... yeah, that's also why I kin Matuna, because I love saying slurs. Part 2! How Hussey accidentally created a romance system that reflects existing queer experiences. Now that we have established the definitions we'll be using for the purpose of this panel, let's talk about how Hussey did accidentally create a romance system that reflects queer people's experience between romance and attraction. We'll be starting with a comparison to Morales, as it does have a more direct analogous, and then moving on to compare pitch romance with how many people talk and relate to queer alternative romance, particularly online. Oh, yes, there we go. Queer platonic relationships, aka QPR for short. The terminology around queer platonic relationships is first documented in 2010, so after Homestuck was written, so technically Morales came first. It is defined as being non-romantic in nature. I have this nice quote here that I found while I was double-checking my facts for QPRs. It's a platonic relationship, but queered in some way. Not friends, not romantic partners, but something else. Which is a very nice, short, quick description. I love seeing everybody in chat talking about they relate to QPR and more religions. I also did the same thing IRL, where I had that same relationship. It ended messily. See? Okay, Carcalicious, I see you in chat. I'm looking at you. I literally have a post where I talked about where, not to speculate about their romantic life, we shouldn't do that, but Dan and Phil, we respect their privacy, but I always think, like, it would be really cool if they said they were QPRs, but that's none of our business. They do what they want. QPRs are defined as being non-romantic in nature, while more religions is explicitly romantic, like all troll quadrants. But the idea of a long-term committed relationships built on the feelings of closeness, normally associated with friendship, and not necessarily bound by physical attraction, is a common factor between the two. You just installed the app just to say that, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Time Proof. I've never seen the show. That was one that was recommended. The way relationships are defined are affected by the society, fictional or otherwise, that they originate from. More religions mostly focuses on the health and well-being of a partner, while QPRs tend to reflect the expectations of human romance, focusing on cohabitation, joint economic responsibility, and potentially child rearing. This divide is simply due to the destination of adulthood in different societies. Humans are expected to move out of home with their own means of financially supporting themselves, where trolls must leave their planet to fight in a space war, so a permanent home is not typically on the bill. In addition, adult trolls do not raise adolescent trolls, excluding the Jades, of course. Hello, Halloween. Yes, it's so important to me, Jellybean, that all quadrants are romantic. It is explicitly stated in canon, and you can't exclude that. They are romance. It's so important that they are treated as, all of them are treated as romantic relationships. Next, enemies and lovers. I have some beautiful Tumblr screenshots on screen. Hopefully, they aren't too crunchy. I'm sure many people have noticed there is a genre of posts on Tumblr that is the discussion of opining about having a romantic arrival, and a good chunk of these posts will describe it as being gay or homoerotic in nature. While there is no unique term in queer communities like there is for QPR, is clearly a feeling and relationship associated with queer romance. I'm uncertain if this kind of relationship dynamic exists in queer spaces outside of Tumblr. I mean, I know it's on AO3, as it is often referenced in regards to media, especially fanfiction. But if other people have experience talking about it in queer communities outside of Tumblr, I'd love to hear about it. I also have a Christmases tag on my blog. Technically, I have two. I have one specifically regarding my own Christmases. Kissies, he's in chat. And then I have another one where I keep really pitch ship art of like non-Homestuck fandoms, and then also generic pitch vibe tags. You need good pitch tags. Oh my god, shout out to your friends who are on an enemies to lovers arc. I forget that YouTube has its short form clips, and I was like, who's writing video essays about Pitch Joker Batman? We love quadrant smearing. Quadrant smearing's great, and not just because I ship the Silence Disciple and Psionic. We love quadrant smearing. I could talk all day about Q romantic, Q quadrant romantic Carcat. I won't, but I could. Just finally, we have this little tweet here. I don't have any pattern of Ash romance referenced regularly in any human communities, but I do have this one tweet. Yes, enemies to lovers would be a type of vacillation, in my opinion, because you'd be going from pitch to flush. That's why specifically the slide up here is enemies and lovers. You have to maintain that sense of competition. There's a difference between going from enemies to lovers, which is, changing quadrants, and staying enemies and lovers. this is technically the end of my slides. This is supposed to be not the full length because I wanted to spend lots of time for us talking. Oh, hang on. Wait, I gotta do one thing. There we go. Now I'm centered. So, yes, I wanted to allow plenty of time for just people talking about all their favorite ships. Yes, Days Broken Diamond Club! Shout out to anyone in chat who was here from Unda's server. Days Broken Diamond Club is 1,100,000 words long. I read it in 2 weeks. And I was so focused on it that at one point I passed out because I hadn't eaten in that long. Dave's Broken Diamond Club is SAHCon mostly focusing on pale Dave and Solix. Background, flush pitch, vacillating Dave Cat. And not to get into spoilers, but SAHCon does happen eventually. So 100% recommend Dave's Broken Diamond Club. If you are starved for Quadrant content, Dave's Broken Diamond Club is your answer. It's a non-spurb Alternia AU. So, a troll AU. So, everybody's a troll. Undersweep! Yes! Undersweep! But literally, any of Unda's fics, they're all quadrant-based. All of them feature quadrants. MC Ursha, that's my favorite NC, technically has the least amount of quadrant content, because you don't really get into quadrants until halfway through the fic. But, it's still there. No spoilers, but, Kokat's relationship he has with being an allspice. I love that. I think it's one of the few times you actually get to see a good auspicism in anything, just because, as I said earlier, Ash is very underexplored. I'm so glad you've started reading them. It's Miss Suki? Pitch Marvis Dirk. That's very interesting. I do like that suggestion. I think you could do a lot with that. I think they could drive each other up the wall. QPR Sol Resiru. Yeah, that's so fair. I don't have any tips on writing good Ash fics. Outside of, like I did mention earlier, I think the unexplored parts of Ash is not just mediation, but also support. The idea of hyping each other up or sparking competition. If you want to start exploring parts. Thank you, babe, for dropping the link. Yes, there you go. Yes, if you want to explore the idea of auspicism not just as mediation, but support and pushing. I guess this only really applies to like pitch ships, but I guess you can do that for pale ships as well as pushing them to greatness. The idea of Ash doing that is something that you haven't seen. Turkin. I can't believe your life has been changed by a clown and a rapping loser. Yes, I love quadrants. Every time I consume a piece of media, I create an AU, and it's called Everything is Exactly the Same Except Quadrants are Standard in Society. Oh yes, I won't have the link with me, Tiger Lily, but I did briefly skim a post that talked about different variations of vacillation and smearing. I did not go into depth about that because I wanted to focus on just clearly defining each individual quadrant and comparing them to humans. But who knows, maybe next year I'll do a more in-depth deep dive into other quadrants stuff. I have included here, you'll see we have this little edit with Kanaya and then also these flags behind my talk sprite now. These are quadrant attraction flags for each quadrant. So behind Kanaya we have lesbian matespritic, bimoraligic, lesbian kismetic, and panauspicic. So this is falls under what I call the square model, which is the split quadrant attraction model. And a great example of a pitch pale vacillating, fucking Solix and Karkat in canon. if you read their chat log where they keep constantly arguing about who hates themselves and each other more, that is the most pitch pale thing I've ever read. I absolutely love SAHCon. Thank you, Chrono. Yes, split quadrant attraction model is so important to me. I'm so glad that Meow Society Kitty. That's such a great username. Yes, presidential shipping, so important. Oh yeah, Solix in Carcat. Dave Soulcat is a great ship, yes, but specifically Soulcat, I feel I was done so dirty by joining the fandom so late and it not being as popular as I wanted. Let's get back to president shipping. Nixon, Spade, Stalin. Oh god, that's great. Thank you. Oh, Aerosol Dave Cat, respect. One of my underrated like super ultra rare pair pale ships is Eridan Kanaya and Carcat. I think that Eridan Kanaya Carcat is my favorite pale rare pair. ScoMo and Gay Knackers. Yes, thank you, Poison, to my fellow Aussie in chat. Yes. Oh my god. ScoMo has an absolute fresh crush on whoever is currently president. It doesn't matter who is. As soon as you get the title as American president, ScoMo will immediately go flush for you. He's such a loser. Oh yes, Neprezi deserves to have more content. I think they could be roleplay girlfriends. Harry Cantat is complex. There's layers. There is. I have not listened to the Magnus Archives. I cannot. It messes with my head, but many people suggested it. As an Aussie, Stella, you just have to embrace it. Harold Holt, Pale with the Ocean. John Vriz? I don't have a lot of thoughts about John Vriz. The only thoughts I have about John Vriz is I'm a big fan of shipping triangles, where you cover the main 3 quadrants, so excluding auspicism. I'm so sorry, Ash, you're getting such a bad rep in this panel, but you do 3 characters, and between them you cover flush, pale, and pitch. So with Terezi, Vriska, and Egbert, you do flush, Egbert, and Vriska, pale, Terezi, and Vriska, and then pitch, Terezi, and Egbert. Vriscan pitch pale ship ever. So fair. Yes, shout out to all the sapphics in chat. I'm not one of yous, but you go, you funky little gay people. My Christmas is currently in his lesbian phase, and I support him all the way. Haha, shaming you live on stream, babe. Oh, chat moved really fast. Thank you, Caledon. Please advocate for all of the Ash ships. Someone's gonna do it, and it ain't being me. Yes, I think Rosemary actually does have potential to be a really cute ship triangle. Now that you mention it, Chrono, that would be a great ship triangle. Yes, once again, I will also, while chat is discussing more ship ideas, I'm going to put a pin on for Fairy. I'll just quickly promo my Quadrant Edit blog. Remember, you can go there, send as many requests as you want. Just send each request as a separate ask, because we respond to the ask. So do put them separately, but send as many as you like. There is no limit. Now that I'm done organizing for this panel, I can put all of my time into catching up on edits that are sitting there in the inbox. Picking up that for Fairy pin is for Fairy Jane as pitch. I'll put that on the table for you. That or yeah, for Fairy Jane, pitch ship. That's my little rare pet to you. Do drop Caprication ships Tomato if you have them. Yes, shout out to all the Jane lovers in chat. I love Jane. She's my girl for real, for real. I have no Dirtkin biases whatsoever. But yes, do share your Caprication ships. I love them. Denmark's pitch the ocean. Transmash Jane Dirk. Yes, yes. Oh my god, that. Yes, there will be a VOD, don't worry. I am currently recording all of this. There will be a VOD, and I will be up on my YouTube channel, and it will be linked on the SAHCon website. But yes, not to take slightly away from your Transmash Jane Dirk, though I have seen someone recently on AO3 writing Transmash Jane Dirk, and I am definitely going to look at reading that. I also do love Transmash Roxy Dirk. Ugh. Competing with my slur there after talking constantly for 40 minutes. The posts for all the Quadrant flags are pinned on the Your Favorite Quadrant blogs here. I'll drop the link to the blog right now. Give me 1 second to copy paste it. No, wrong button. That's the direct link. Thanks, babe. You beat me to it. Anyways, yes, that's the link to the blog, and in the pin post has the 2 posts for the 2 different collections of Quadrant flags. One for the relationship flags, and the others for the sexuality flags. Yes! Honestly, Jade Napetter as pitch is very important to me. Cat girl versus dog girl, I think, is like a great unexplored dynamic. Metal Mint. I have a giant. I went and downloaded a family tree making program, like the separate programs that are designed specifically for making family trees, so I could create a web for all of my ships. I'm absolutely so normal about shipping. I have my own physical notebook specifically dedicated to writing in my ships, where I write out all of my ship charts. Snap Squared, you have to give me like a top hit list of all your favorite rare pairs. What's the program? Let me look on my desktop. I have to find it in amongst all of the ridiculous amount of programs that I have. That's for coding, Quirk Assist. Where the fuck is it? Ah, there it is. This is the name of the program that I use to make my, the family tree program I use to make my very long interconnected web of shipping charts. What's the best crack ship? Oh, fuck. I mean, any of the president ships that we listed earlier. Every so often I think of crack ships. They're not coming to me at the top of my head, though. Pale Gamneck. Ooh, that is a rare pair. Good for you. I am biased. So I'm a poly shipper till I die. I'm polyamorous. Currently, right now, I am the closest I've ever been to being in a monogamous relationship since I was 16. That's how polyamorous I am. But I love poly shipping, but when it comes to Meow Rails, to me they're exclusively monogamous. See, as I've talked about before, I love my shipping triangles. Dirk and Equius. The fandom. Allspice, Dirk, Caliborn, and I would be called Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is an amazing crack ship. Polyamorous swag, yes. Yes, Dirquius, as I was saying. Yes, Dirquius, the fandom did me so dirty by not making Dirquius more popular. I hate that it has to be classed as a rare pair. Why is Dirk the only Strylon that doesn't get to fuck an alien? Hello? Anyway, Alt Dirk Tuna crack ship. Yes, I would class Dirk and Tuna of any combination. Oh, actually, here's a crack ship for you. Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty fame x Ultimate Dirk. That's your fucking crack ship of the night. Yes, as I was saying about Dirquius, though, yes, I love Dirk and Equius' flush, and then Hal... watching chat move! Sorry, watching chat all react to my Rick. Sorry. Yes, you have Dirk and Equius' Flutch, Pale, you have Hal and Dirk as Pitch, and if I wasn't a monogamous Meow Rails stan, then I would have Pale, Equius, and Hal, but I could never do that to Nap. I could never do it to her. Ocean City System. I love that you bring that up, because I have to say, out of all the characters that get crossover ship requests on my blog, I think Dirk is one of the only guys who gets it. Some of them are me, though, I will say. I think 2 of them are me. I know I have my Alt Dirk one. I forget what I did for him as well, though. No, Dirkius is great. It's so... Yeah, exactly. And it's not... They repress furry bros, extremely emotionally contemplated, build robots to cope. Extra dot point you can put on there, they both have cat theme morales. A Flush, Roxy Nepeta, alongside Flush, Equius and Dirk. So important to me. Pale Dirk Roxy is my OTP. If I could only read one... ship for the rest of my life, in Homestuck specifically, I'm not giving up the rest of my fandom, but if I had to pick one Homestuck ship to read for my rest of my life, I'd probably pick Pale Dirk Roxy, because that is the biggest cope ship. I can project so hard onto Dirk, and it's the worst. Oh, Bike Kids are great, thank you so much! It was cool having you here. Oh my god. Dirk X hot boxcars. I respect that. I actually read a really good Dirk and Spade Slick human AU once. It was very good. Yes, exactly, Yukai. You get it. You understand. Hello, welcome, Dreadful Zombie. We still have 10 minutes of officially allocated time, but who's streaming next? Where is my panel planning? Oh, you know what? I do really want to go to Naked Bee's stream. I absolutely love Pony Pals. Oh, my GIF stopped moving. Here we go. There we go. Now it's working again. Yes, Tiger Lily. I have no idea where it is, but if I go find it, I'll drop it in chat. I'm so glad it didn't disappoint, Timber. I'm so glad it was good. Yes, there will be a VOD. I am going to be putting it on my YouTube channel. It will be linked. Can we watch the stream on this stream, or is that illegal? No, I wouldn't want to take away from Naked Bee. I absolutely love Pony Pals. It is one of my comfort shows. The Dirt Kinney on main again. Vriska, Dirk, Caliburn, Spade, Slick. That sounds like the most unstable, toxic relationship ever, and I want to watch it crash and burn. Yes, but I absolutely love Pony Pals from Naked Bee, and I do want to go see them, and I would never take away from their stream. Yeah, Pony Pals! The amount of people I've watched to at least, like, forced to watch at least the, do you remember Long Cat, Jane? I remember Long Cat. Fuck the picture on this page. I want to talk about Long Cat. I make people watch that all the time. Lord English is a ship. How so? Fucking love the Long Cat bit. Yes, it's so good. Yeah, and I'll subject you again, babe. Hey, right after this, we can watch it again if you want. Oh, you know what I absolutely love? Also, shout out to Segoy Quest for Kokoro. I'm so mad that I missed the Let's Watch Segoy Quest for Kokoro a couple years ago for SAHCon. Dirk, Equius, Jake, Vriska. Damn, that would also be an extremely volatile crack ship, and I respect that. Dr. Chen, ex-injured Spade Splick, yes! This is how we can fix it! No, babe, you're not allowed to go to sleep until we rewatch all of Pony Pals. Sakura-chan pitched to Pale Terezi. If they are, they break up partway through the series. Me pitch future me. Who are you, Zazzy? Carcat? Dr. Slick. Dr. Chan X Mulin? Kupiara's signless psionic makes me ascend. Yes! Disciple signless psionic is so important to me. Quadrant smearing fucks. Dad bro slick ship fix on Quotev glorious days. That sounds amazing. So glad so many of chat agree that sorry, I got distracted seeing Dr. Chen as my baby girl. Babe, that was you! How dare you! Stop being funny in my stream. Oh yeah, pitch, Terezi, Sakura-chan, vacillation partway through the series is totally valid. Particularly if you consider the fact, like, Vriska-chan dies, and because of that, Sakura and Terezi flip pitch is a totally valid way to interpret that. Oh, Aradia is great. Absolutely love, Pale Soul Dave Aradia. It's about the Time Doom bonding. In my experiences, one of the ways Christmases can break up is, actually, I have someone I would like to be exclusive with now, and I'm gonna break up with you. But that's just me. Horrendous. Terrible. Don't talk to that person anymore, thank God. No, I think a Christmases breakup can be as clean and as messy as any other quadrant. Mamelon the Condense. Interesting! Why flush? Snap, why flush? Oh my god, a dreadful zombie. I kinda wanna see what 11-year-old you wrote about Dave Solradia. The quadrant label GIFs. I will have to pull up my blog. Oh. Slash archive. I will find those. And I don't know where I'll post them because I don't want to dig for them right now and miss chat when we've got 5 minutes less. But a Moose of the Moss, I will like whisper it to you a little bit later. If you like pitch Vizro, Sharpie Bath? Oh, Sharpie Bath! Oh god! If you like pitch Vizros, I highly recommend MC Ursha, that's my favorite MC by Under on AO3. Because that does have pitch Vizros in it for you. Not a lot, it is technically a background ship, but there is a little side fix specifically dedicated to it, so. Adventure Time Squared for, what was that? Alrighty, Dave Jake. That's amazing. And a very good description. Yes, someone in chat's name was Sharpie Barth. I'm not gonna lie to you, Dreadful Zombie. My brain went, oh, they vacillate between More Allegiance and Flush based on if they're high or not. How high did you have to be to vacillate that? I don't know. Why don't you ask Gamzee? No, but no shade to Gamzee. He is both my patron troll and I'm a Capricorn, so Gamzee deserved better. That's the post right now. Melbourne Heart Earthquakes ATM. Has Melbourne been hit with a lot of earthquakes? I didn't know that. Oh my god. Stay safe, please. Get high and vacillated propaganda t-shirt. Jeez. Yeah, Gamzee X a personality. So real. Real rare pair. Nothing personal, but I have to kill you. What do you mean, nothing personal? That's... Where is this quote from? Onyx Dever? Ooh. Did someone say Airy Roxy? Pitch Airy Roxy is a good idea. I like that. Gamzee not being butchered in canon. Who's shipping Hussy and Vriska in my chat? Hussy doesn't deserve Vriska. Pale Air Roxy is also a good option. Yes, that's the idea of pitch Airy Roxy. The wizards are fighting. Babe, I will graphic design you all of the Quadrant meme t-shirts you want. Their genders, Airy Roxy genders are so incomprehensible. Gender fuckery, gender fluid Eridan, so special to me. Are you saying, remix, are you saying Clubs, Deuce, or spicing Vriska and Hussy? Pitch Nepeta Kanaya, interesting. Oh, okay, we're about to hit 2 a.m. and I do want to join Naked Bee's stream. Yes, same kind of thing. So this will be the end of the stream. Thank you so much all for coming. I had a great time. I'm so glad so many people were looking forward to this. And I'm so glad it went well and nothing broke. Certainly after Naked Beast stream, you can find me on Tumblr, and I will be hanging around in the SAHCon if you want to talk ships. My DMs are open. I love shipping. Thank you all, and goodbye!